девается это?
Пропадают, в смысле, видео?
Ага. О. Какая-то паразитная фигня. Сейчас, подожди. Хорошее начало. Возня с Дискордом. Так, но пока тебя нету.
Ты уже в эфир вывел нас.
Добрый день, уважаемые зрители. Пока что мы пытаемся разобраться с техническими проблемами, которые, как всегда, оказываются сильнее человека в решающий момент, хотя все работало в тестировании.
Ну,
В данный момент основная техническая проблема в том, что хотелось бы видеть...
Говори, you better speak English because we don't. At least people will understand.
This is the usual situation where everything worked in testing, and now some things work and something clearly don't. And I don't know exactly how to fix it right now. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to do what it's supposed to. 1 sec. We'll be with you momentarily. Yeah, but we can start talking. I think I can do this. I think I can do this while
well, I will first of all welcome our viewers. And sorry for the short delay. Today we are doing our first prize raffle of FIDE Checkmate coronavirus project initiative, and we will be drawing for 6 packages, for 6 invitations to Moscow Chess Olympiad 2021, and for 5 mini matches with top grandmasters. And the host of today's stream is famous grandmaster and famous, by my standards, the best chess commentator in the world, Peter Svidler. He also was self-proclaiming as a streaming guru, but this part of his reputation is now a bit endangered, I will say.
Yeah, well, I honestly don't quite understand what's happening, because it most assuredly worked. Worked when we were testing this, and
well, I mean,
and now it doesn't for whatever reason.
Yeah, it will be. I will be less nervous today. I can say that our first 2 streams were with Elizabeth Pertz and Anish Giri, whom I practically never met before the stream, and with Peter we know each other for a very long time. So yeah, it will be much lighter, and hopefully we will fix the technical issues. The plan is that we will be quite quickly drawing for 11 major prizes, and then Peter will continue with his usual routine, playing chess, which actually he is not doing that often recently, because he is always busy commenting for Chess 24 streams and for Chess 24 tournaments. But he will play, hopefully he will play a Checkmate coronavirus event. So hopefully, once again, if you join the next actually running Lead Chess 5+0 Blitz Arena, you will have a chance to play against Peter Svidler after we are done with the draw. Actually, the worst part of people actually don't need to see me. At least as I understand, I
would like to see you. This is the issue here. But we can. This is extremely annoying to me. I really don't understand.
Yeah, well, actually, I got prepared. You know, like as you look top notch as usual. I was trying to improve my my look. And I even sent my today's look to my wife, and she approved on it. But nobody will see, you know.
It's
Well,
it's heartbreaking, I tell you. But yeah, I honestly I just don't know what happened there. It was there 1 second, and now it's gone, and I can't get it back. And I'm really worried that if I tried getting it back, it will disappear completely. So
yeah, okay. I will. You can have like couple of more minutes. I will announce some numbers of Checkmate Coronavirus Project. A lot of national federations actually joined the project during the last week after our last draw. That was last Sunday, and we are now. There were already 1,724 tournaments, and the total number of entries is at 366,912. So yeah, we are probably going to achieve a magic 500,000 number, and but the most important thing is the number of tickets which are participating in today's draw. Those who are following us on FIDE YouTube, they can have a link to the file where we have all the ticket winners, all the ticket owners, and the total number of tickets which can become winning tickets is 10,965. And once again, the first ticket belongs to Mr. Miguel Simoes. He was the first one who won a ticket, actually back on May 18. But all the tickets who didn't win any prize during the first two draws are still in the running. So yeah, they can. Your ticket can win at any given point, I will say.
so shall we start? Shall we start raffling then?
Yeah, well, I mean, if hopefully the raffle window will appear on the screen.
Yeah, I'm reasonably hopeful about that. See, magic.
Yeah. Okay, so we are waiting for the raffle window.
So how many tickets are we?
You have the right number.
No, but I mean, how many times do we press the magical generate button?
Well, we will do it. No, yeah, minimum is right. We will do it once. You know, just press generate now, and we will see what result you will get. The first result.
Let's go. So
Okay.
the first lucky winner is somebody with the number 10,781.
Yeah. So he just he
That's
was
a large number.
yeah, he jumped into in Russia we say he jumped into the last not train, but
Last
you know
carriage, yeah.
yeah, last carriage. So he was probably playing some events very recently, or at least his event was added pretty recently, I will put it like that. So and okay, so he was participating in Mediterranean team battle rapid, and well, once again, the nickname is very difficult. Is Ferrasab del Kader, and he's winning a mini match against the top grandmaster. Well, maybe Peter Svidler, if he agrees to play. You never know. With the names of grandmasters are not announced yet, but it will be there will be some very strong players. So good luck to Mr. Ferrasab del Kader. Wow.
You're doing great. I really like the inflections you make in that name.
Ferrasab del Kader, yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds Arabic, but hopefully one of my colleagues will let me know where. He is from Algeria. Yeah, so really.
I think you've done a wonderful job. So shall we press another button or?
Yeah, let's do it. You seem to be in a hurry with that.
I just like pressing buttons. When I
Okay.
don't have buttons to
Why
press, I
you
become.
hate bullet then?
Well, we discussed it, and we agreed that if I play bullet, the entire stream will be just me complaining about
Yeah,
being
well,
slow.
I was watching your previous stream, and you said that you saw no point in bullet, and you are bad in it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
well,
specifically because I'm so horrible at it. So we have a second winner with a
1693. So all the way back. So this guy was playing on our first week. So he probably lost his hope already, but you can win even if you've played on the first day.
hope springs eternal or some such.
Yep. Okay, so he played on chess.com at May 22, and his nickname is pretty simple, Alex 2958.
Those are
And
also
he's
good
also
numbers.
winning a mini match against a grandmaster.
And noticeably, the second number can be divided by the first number. I don't know what that signifies, but I'm sure it's very relevant somehow.
Yeah, well, the basic guess is always that he was just born on, let's say, March 29, 1958. But these guesses are usually wrong,
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what they want us to think, when in fact it is some very deep meaning, which is
Or maybe it's just a 10-year-old kid, who
that is always also
in
always possible.
1958.
So
Actually,
congratulations to Alex.
yeah, actually, he's from Argentina, and his bullet rating, and he actually played a bullet event to win this ticket, and his bullet rating is 426. Honestly, before Checkmate Coronavirus Project, I didn't even know that such ratings do exist. But this guy from Argentina is playing a mini
So
match with Grandmaster,
that's like my bullet rating pretty much. So
but with I think at least 2,000 before it.
I'm really not sure. I
Yeah.
honestly I played some bullet recently off camera, and I really am not sure about that.
Okay,
we'll
let's
see.
continue. Let's continue with clicking buttons.
Yeah, clicking buttons is always good. 1874.
Yeah, I have a small delay, but at least I won't be. It's close to the previous number in the list, so I won't waste a lot of your time. And it's again Lichess bullet player. Lichess bullet player Abdel Krim Tifrit 2020. Abdel Krim Tifrit 2020, and he is winning a mini match with the Grandmaster. And I got information that this account is already closed, probably by Lichess. If this player was banned by the rules, he won't be able to win a prize, obviously, and this prize, this ticket, will go to our next draw. But we will figure it out later. Obviously, we won't steal Peter Svidler's time for that, so we can do his favorite part of the stream and draw for the next number.
9425, and people are asking exactly how these tickets were being like what exactly are we raffling. This is a global initiative FIDE launched some time ago, hosting a great number of tournaments on all platforms in which people could take part. And then anybody who played a small number of games, you really didn't have to play very many, a small number of games in any one of those tournaments would, if I understand it correctly, would automatically be enrolled into this raffle, and we are now giving away some prizes.
It's not that simple. You should be lucky twice First of all, only 5% percent of players in each tournament who are eligible for the draw, who played 5 Blitz or Bullet games or 3 Rapid games. Only 5% of those are getting these tickets. Because otherwise the list will be just impossible to look through. And then we have these raffles every week. We will have 4 weekly raffles, and then we will have a big raffle where actually the majority of prizes will be drawn and will be awarded only on June 17.
My birthday. Very nice.
Yeah. So I was going to invite you to join us once again, but okay, we won't bother you on your
No,
birthday.
I mean it's maybe I can win something on my birthday. It will be a gift. The thing
Yeah,
is,
well,
after my technical performance in preparation for this stream, I think I will get fired. So I don't think I'm getting invited back. But we can talk.
Yeah, well, for you not to feel yourself like completely lost. First stream that I was going to host was just canceled with Elizabeth Pertz. I just didn't manage to do it. To do anything at all. At the moment, your only problem is that you didn't give people my face, which is not a big problem for sure.
So have we announced the 94
Yeah,
25 winner yet?
9425 Colton, quite a simple nickname. He is also winning a mini match against a Grandmaster. He was playing actually on June 5, so a couple of days ago. He was playing Blitz Arena on chess.com. And he is from the United States of America. Actually, I guess it's the first winner from this country, surprisingly enough. And his Blitz rating is also quite not very high, I will say, 650. So it's really the project for amateurs. I think we had only 2 major winners whose rating is over 2,000.
But that I think is exactly how it should be. I think this means that the system is working as intended, to be honest.
Yeah. Actually, it's interesting enough that during this week we added all the tournaments which were organized by our friends and partners from European Chess Union. You probably heard that they had this big event, European Online Championship. And actually, by playing in the so-called Grand Prix events of this championship, a lot of grandmasters got tickets. I saw that Grandmaster Savchenko got a ticket, Grandmaster Rauf Mamedov had a ticket for some tournament long time ago. So maybe at some moment we will have some lucky Grandmaster, but you never know. Maybe it will be you.
Not yet, but exactly. I will probably.
Yeah, you don't have tickets yet.
By what I'm doing after we press enough buttons, maybe I will get into the raffle and win something.
Yeah, well, it depends how long we will be raffling, because probably
let's move it along a little bit.
Let's move on then. Yeah.
10-8-8-5.
So once again, a big number, yeah.
Yeah, somebody who just entered minutes ago, seemingly.
Yeah, something like that. We were adding, as I told, a lot of national events, and yes, it's a Greek guy. He was playing in some Greek event. And his name is simple Jotso. So obviously he is from and he played this event actually on June 1, so quite a long time ago, but a week ago. But so we have the last mini match winner.
So that's the last mini match we are giving away right now.
Yeah, if you press your favorite button.
Okay.
Actually,
what's with all the 10K numbers? This somebody will accuse us of This
Yeah,
not
well,
being entirely random.
they will accuse you because I am not even seen, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You are the what's it called? The unseen hand of the market.
Yeah. Okay, 10,639. I have a small delay, so I just saw this number. And it's someone from Colombia. Colombia. His name is his nickname is Jorman Torres, and he will also play a mini match against the Grandmaster. He was playing a Colombian national event. Actually, in our list, it's even written Colombia, Colombia. I don't know why twice, but maybe some technical glitch.
Or maybe he feels very proud of
Yeah,
his
but it's
Colombian identity.
it's generated automatically, so it's not because of
Oh, okay.
because of him. So yeah, it was a national Colombian event on June 6th, so it was just yesterday, and he is winning a mini match.
Against a top player once again.
Yeah,
And apart
and
from
actually,
that, I think we have some invitations to the Moscow Olympiad,
yeah,
which is
that actually we need to draw for only 5 mini matches, but we draw for 6. Actually, and probably the sixth winner will replace this the guy. I actually, botched
yeah. You mentioned, yeah.
my own procedure, but I think it's fine because this guy is probably will be disqualified, and we will give his a spot for a mini match for this Colombian guy actually. And now let's get to the packages, to the Moscow Chess Olympiad packages.
And the first winner of that is the lucky player with the number 6406. Yeah, and
Okay.
it has to be mentioned that nobody really knows when the Moscow Olympiad will happen just yet.
Well, we hope that it will happen in August 2021. At least this is the.
They have actually announced some kind of nailed-on date. I assumed it was 2021, but I didn't know the August was already
Yeah,
announced.
I think August was mentioned. Okay, let's have a look because these guys now we are getting to really lucky guys who will travel to Moscow at some moment at least.
Yeah, at least they will have the
The
option
tick.
to, yeah.
And it's chess.com player, and his nickname is extremely simple. Give 5.
That's a good nickname. I can get behind that.
Give 5. He was playing on May 30. And he is from, you will never guess, Zimbabwe. Actually, we have Zimbabwean Chess Federation also joining the project. The events will be added next week as they just started them. And actually, I will say that the promo materials that Zimbabwe Federation prepared for this project were probably the best that were used by all the federations. So they have a really nice designers in Zimbabwe, and also they have a very lucky chess players. Actually, I doubt that Give 5 is a chess player, as his rating is only 665. But he is for sure a very lucky guy, as he
Yeah.
is winning a ticket to Moscow Chess Olympiad. And let's continue.
8648.
8648. Lee chess player played on June 4. Best pawn India. It's a long one, but actually it's 3 words that make sense. So he is a passed pawn from India, practically, and his pawn is passing all the way to Russia.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess.
being promoted as a. He is no longer a pass pawn. He is now a major piece.
Yeah, actually, the guy we were sure was from Colombia because he was playing in Colombian national event. Actually, Colombians allowed to play people from other countries, and this guy Yorman Torres is actually from Bolivia.
Okay.
And I think he is the second major winner from Bolivia. We already had a guy from Bolivia who won a Moscow Chess Olympiad package, and now we have a guy. I mixed the number. Wow. I gave a false hope to someone to postpone India. Well, hopefully he will win the next time because it was my
Yeah.
technical mistake.
All we can say is that we apologize, and you have our unreserved
Yeah,
support
you have
in your hour of grief.
you definitely have our sympathy. Yeah, because I thought the number was 8,748, and actually it was 8,648. Unfortunately, I have a delay in seeing what is
yeah.
happening on your screen Yeah, I'm really sorry. And the real winner is Imnota GM, and he was actually playing on Chess24. The site you are usually Banta blitzing people.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was playing there on June 3. He was playing a blitz tournament, and he is the lucky owner of the Moscow Chess Olympiad package. And at least by the data he registered with, he is from Tonga.
Whoa. We do have very, it's spread far and wide, so which is nice to see.
Yeah, and his bullet rating actually is 1,660. Well, not that much, but at least more than 1,000. Okay, so
More numbers, yeah.
I think, yeah, he was the second or the third winner of the package. I'm a bit lost, honestly, with all this
I
going
think
around.
Second.
Yeah, well, let's go then. Let's pick another lucky guy.
Yeah, 1098.
Okay, I already see this number. This time I won't make a mistake. Once again, I'm glad that someone who was supporting our project from the early days is this winner. And it is chess.com player, Rick Magic. Well, he was playing a blitz event on one of the first days. Yeah, he was playing a blitz event on May 20. Okay, so he's a package winner.
So this is 3 out of 6 or out of 5?
6 for sure. Packages, we need 6 for sure because we are trying to cover the whole board, and we will have 40 winners on June 17. So we need 6 a week for sure before that.
Okay.
So we are halfway through. So yeah, let's go with the next number.
53, 57.
53, 57. Let's go all the way down. '53, 57. Wow, FIDE Online Arena player. First big win for them, and I know that the guys behind FIDE Online Arena will be extremely happy. And he registered actually with his full name, I guess, and this full name is worth registering with, Nicolas Tlapala Escobar.
From?
we will try to learn. Actually, our previous winner, Rick Magic, is from Italy, and he created his account on one of the first days of the lockdown. So he was probably self-isolating or isolating without self even, because in Italy the quarantine was pretty tough. I guess so. He decided to register for a chess. And he is now going to Moscow together with Mr. Nicolas Tlapala Escobar, who won his major prize playing a FIDE Online Arena Blitz event on May 27. Okay,
So that's
so
4
two
out of
more.
6, I think. Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah, let's go.
75-32.
75. Once again, 75. For me
32.
not to
3-2.
Okay. Not to make another mistake, and I don't want to break anyone's heart.
Yeah, let's not do any more of that today. Apart from when I will start playing Blitz, we will definitely
Well, I mean,
endeavor to break
they
some
will
hearts then.
they will be happy to get smashed by you. So he was playing at chess.com. He was playing at chess.com, and his nickname is R9945.
We don't know what that means.
We don't
But
know.
we congratulate Mr. R, and we wish him a nice trip to Moscow in
Moscow.
2021.
Yeah, hopefully once again. As used, and we actually know what AR stands for. The guy is from Armenia.
It's very possible, yeah.
Yes, I already know it. It won't be a long trip for him, and actually, for someone from Armenia, checkmate and coronavirus should be very important now, because, as far as I know, the situation there is not good at all, and people are very nervous there. So good luck to this country.
Very much so, yeah. Very much so,
And
we
to
hope.
the lucky winner, RR9945.
And
let's go with the last but
one
not the
last
least.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
11-17.
11-17. So 3 ones, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Also, the guy who probably was already losing hope, but we are returning this hope to him. And once again, Chess24, they have small events, and actually by playing on Chess24, you have better chances to win this ticket, because free tickets are guaranteed, and in each tournament. So Chess24 and Mate Girl, this is the nickname. This Mate Girl, or girl, is she a girl? Is a big question. Maybe it's a boy, but hopefully it's a girl. It will be nice to have a girl winning Moscow, a trip to Moscow. So I will call her she. She was playing a bullet Swiss tournament on May 19.
And congratulations to her as well.
Yeah, okay. I think we are done. We even draw for an extra, I will say, mini match winner, as the major winner was probably disqualified. We will, of course, check it, and we will figure out what to do with that. But I think we are fine, and you are already.
I'm sort of prepared. Let's see how my fiddling with the OBS worked out. But let's actually start playing some chess, and then we can also discuss some of the. I have gotten a small number of questions in regards to this event, and they will now have to be asked. Yeah, and I might have to spend some time fixing the layout if it's somehow borked. apologies for that if that ends up happening. And we also don't seem to be getting paired very quickly.
Well, I think the system itself is shocked by Grandmaster Moose 959 joining the tournament. And well, I mean, I was planning on some I will say ironic and
Everything actually appears to be in order,
yeah,
which is quite surprising.
yeah, and you are playing with a title play immediately, so
Yeah.
wow, and you are berserking, wow.
Well, we want to get more games in, right? So
Okay, so it will be an interesting game as Peter is playing against women FIDE master, Paulson variation of the Sicilian. Well, I rarely have a chance to comment on Peter's games, so well, I mean, I will use it. And actually, it's nice that nobody, including him can't see me. So if I say something wrong, he will hate me less. I will say.
I think it's extremely unlikely I will ever hate you. So you're not running very many risks there. So yeah, this position I haven't looked at in God knows how long. White is supposed to be slightly better, but I can't currently figure out why. I think like you would like to play f4 here, but then you might get mated on the king side. I can just take on d6, but it looks a little bit boring. But maybe I just should. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing here. I also should probably start playing faster as usual if I'm berserking
sure,
here.
if you are berserking, you are not supposed to spend 30 seconds for a move.
Yeah, but yeah, we here are you know, mavericks, and did I blunder knight take? I mean, I did kind of blunder knight takes g3 there, but it wasn't lethal. Luckily for me, but I'm not really treating this position with the respect it deserves. Should still be okay, but yeah, clearly no longer better by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I think we can probably I think maybe this is a smart move, just unpinning the g-pawn, now finally threatening that knight to on f4, so she will have to move it somewhere, and then we can go queen h3 and maybe untie ourselves finally. And it's obviously very nice to have some control over the open d file, and I think I would like this endgame. I think this endgame might be reasonably pleasant for me. To some degree, at least. Should have played rook d7. Knight e7, I think, is a poor move. I think the knight was supposed to go back to f6, because now it's just very difficult to stop me from getting to d7 and then...
Yeah, well, actually, I think it's a good example how important the open file is. I think we have many non-experienced viewers. And well,
why did I play g5? It was just such a horrendous move. Oof. Like I actually allowed this knight back into the game somehow. That is just beyond disgusting. That knight had no future whatsoever, and now I gave it things to do. I'm still okay, but that was a really poor decision.
With the rook on seventh.
Yeah, as long as I didn't let that knight come out, I would be sort of much better forever. And now it's a bit of a game, although I should still be able to
actually
keep things under control.
It's funny that it always happens, you know, like when you are playing against a grandmaster, against such a strong player. Well, I'm not sure that Peter's opponent knows that she's playing against Peter Svidler, so not
necessarily, not necessarily.
Not just grandmaster, but a top grandmaster. But anyway, she's spending a lot of time. She now has less time than Peter, and
I think we can start pushing. I don't really even need that pawn on g5. I think my guys run a lot faster than this solitary g pawn.
Yeah, especially when your king is already there.
Yeah, with the king in the center, there's really no contest. These guys are just much
Yeah, but now
faster.
we have a chance to learn why Peter Svidler hates bullet.
Well, I think I'm still okay here,
Yeah, well,
in as
17
much
seconds.
in as
17
much
seconds.
as these things happen.
17 seconds is more than enough, and she even resigns.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's very nice not to see the game continue there. But also, I think on 16 seconds with the queen and the rook, I most days I will be able to deliver mate with this amount of time.
Well, by berserking, actually, we even had a question on our Facebook group. I also recommend everyone to join our very interesting and quite entertaining, I will say, Facebook group of our project Checkmate Coronavirus. We actually even got a question there. Do we allow berserking to play more games? And as you see by Mr. Svidler, berserking more
Appears to
than
be allowed, yeah. Appears to be allowed, so I'm abusing the system a little bit here. Because we do once again, I want to state for the record that the fact that we started slightly late was due to my idiocy and nothing else. So I'm trying to compensate for that by playing more games while the tournament is still ongoing.
Yeah, well, and actually, we are lucky that okay, we had some games when we were streaming with Elizabeth Pertz on the first for the first draw, but she was getting continuously 1,300 rated guys, and so the games were not interesting at all. And here for the second game in a row.
Yeah, I might
Well,
get mated if I play g5 here, which is something I would like to avoid. I was kind of planning to play g5 here, but fg5 worries me more than a little bit. But it's still like the move I need to be making here, so I'll make it anyway. I think I'm much worse. Like knight, I would like in my opponent's shoes, I would probably go knight c2, knight e3, because the knight on e3 in these types of structures is just unbelievably strong. But I guess he can still get the other one there. My issue mainly here is that I don't know how I'm supposed to make any progress. My position is quite stable, but I really don't know how I'm supposed to
it's
achieve anything productive with my life.
yeah, it's with your life you already achieved too much for one person. Well, I will be honest. Peter Svidler is one of the smartest people I have ever met in my life, and we are
I
both.
don't know why Ilya keeps on saying that. Like we've
Well,
had this
because it's
discussion
true.
for years, and I genuinely don't understand it.
Yeah,
But
well, because it's true, and like and
yeah, that was a poor decision on my part because the queen on h2 will just get captured. I don't.
yeah, actually, we have this theme that people are playing against the grandmaster. They are spending a lot of time, and Peter is again on the same on the
Yeah, but
same time.
this is now an actual problem because I and queen. Yeah, I shouldn't have played queen h4. That was just so horrible. What am I doing? And knight c7 is also a large mistake here. Now I have to do something like this. It's kind of awkward. Obviously, I should have played rook h8 first and then brought the queen back, and then maybe that would have been sensible. But as I mentioned, the biggest problem I have is that I would like to play this position for a win, but I can't see how. Because everything is just so completely locked down. White has no weaknesses. If I open up the queen side, first of all, I don't know how to open up the queen side. And secondly, if I do open up the queen side, it feels like it might be the end of me here. It might be, something that actually ruins my position completely. Uh,
Just
so,
like you, Peter.
Yeah, that would be a bit of an issue. Let's ask a question. I don't know why I forced my opponent to play b3. b3 is a useful move in general. That probably wasn't the smartest idea in the world either. This is bluffing. Like we're not actually creating any threats by placing the knight on h4. Once again, I don't quite know what I want here. But obviously we're not going to just sit around and... Yeah, c5, c4 I probably just lose. I think that cannot possibly be right, but... My opponent is playing a little bit too timidly. And yeah, now we are suddenly up a piece and completely winning. I think people are giving me a little bit too much respect, honestly. My opponent had a very, very nice position, and basically at no point it looked like he was playing it for a win, which I think is a mistake.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so natural, you know, like when you see this grandmaster title, and when you see, well, he's a good player. Obviously, his rating is almost 2,000.
He played the entire game until maybe the last 5 moves very well. It's not just the rating. I also you could see from the moves he was making that this is a very decent player, and he had a very nice position, and he just tried to hold it basically without ever, you know, attempting. I mean, I think you're supposed to play queen e2 check here and then trade queens, but that feels like a very, very miserable thing to do.
Yeah, probably an easier task for you in this game, because you have more than 1,000 rating advantage.
Yeah,
But,
it should be a slightly more comfortable game, but you never know. And as I said, like if you play it in the move order that I played, you really only do that with the intention of playing queen e2 check in that position, and that seemed like a little bit, you know, too boring to even contemplate, so I didn't do it. And now I honestly think I'm not even remotely better, but who cares? Like it's not really.
Black is fine, but
Black is completely fine. And actually, these Caracan systems with black taking with the e pawn have become a lot more popular recently, due to the efforts of, you know, many strong players have started playing these things. I noticed.
G6 is probably not.
Well, I mean, actually bringing the bishop to f5 makes a decent amount of sense.
I was thinking about bishop h5, bishop g6, maybe.
Yeah, I was planning to meet it with knight h4. I wasn't planning to allow it to land on g6. And here, actually, this is a very typical plan. I have to do something about. It's not.
Once again, for 1,700 player, he is playing quick and pretty good.
I think my opponent is doing sort of all the right things so far. I don't think, and bishop f4 is already an admission that I'm not aiming for very much in this game.
I'm few seconds late, and I was going to say, well, that bishop f4 seems like the best move, but then
because otherwise
I'm giving advices to Peter Svidler.
Yeah, otherwise it really felt like I might get mated reasonably soon, and that didn't seem like, you know, something I wanted to happen very much.
It's interesting that for second game in a row, like for second game out of 3, you are not afraid of this knight jump on f4,
it's not as if I have much of a choice. I think the bigger issue here is that I just force myself to have these positions somehow by misplaying the but it's good that people still blunder things against me, which obviously helps quite a bit. I probably shouldn't have played c5 so early because I'm giving the square for the knight, but I'm kind of okay with it. Yeah, without that kind of a bad blunder of the exchange, I wasn't at all sure I was doing particularly well in this game. Yeah, now this is a very, apart from the 1 minute part, this is a very clearly winning position. But the 1 minute worries me a little bit, but that's because I'm old.
Yeah, well, I mean, 1 minute in this position, I mean, like...
and my opponent offers a draw, I think hoping for a misclick, probably. But I managed not to misclick on the yes button, of which I am extremely proud. My motor skills being severely tested here.
Actually, Mate Girl, I think he or she was the last winner of the major prize. Uh, is from Azerbaijan. So we had some winners today, which whose trips to Moscow won't be very long. From Armenia and Azerbaijan, you cannot take a flight from there now, I guess, but pretty
Yeah,
soon.
right now traveling anywhere is a bit of a problem, but yeah, and the exchange wasn't really blundered; it was sacrificed because
Yeah,
winning this
it,
position is a lot simpler.
it goes without saying, obviously.
Yeah, because the moment I have these passers, the win becomes absolutely absolutely mundane. And when the bishop was still on e6, I had to kind of think of ways to improve and so on. So I kind of
So,
I invited my opponent to win that exchange, and then the conversion is
so you see how cynical Peter Svidler is because he was saying,
extremely like
yeah, he's no. You mentioned that I'm not sure about 1 minute, and you spent 17 seconds winning this position
is
from that moment.
yeah. No, I mean I'm not as horrible as all that in terms of time management, which is why I'm actually trying to do berserk in every game. But I mean, clearly the 5 minutes. I recently played a tournament which was a 3 minute tournament, and I tried berserking in most games there, and that did not go as well because a minute and 30 against somebody who is a good chess player is a problem for me. But 2:30, I still feel like I have plenty of time.
Yeah, well, especially again when you are playing against Patison.
Well,
Actually,
we don't know. This is like the
which is I was just referring that I like to eat patisons very much. I
yeah.
actually,
This is the old Morphy against. Uh, this is actually Morphy against the Duke of
yeah,
Braunschweig and
yeah.
Braunschweig and the. And we will continue playing like Morphy did, although obviously Queen takes b7 is stronger here. But yeah, if Knight c3 was good enough for Morphy, it's going to be good enough for us. Clearly.
Yeah, this was not the move in that game.
No, the royalty. Well, not the royalty, but the what's it? The noblesse.
Yeah,
They played c6 instead of b6 in this position. They played c6, and Morphy played bishop g5. They played b5, knight takes b5, and so on.
yeah. Actually, I think c6 is a better move
Yeah,
because
I think c6 is preferable to
b6 is just horrible, and
what
yeah.
my opponent is doing here.
I mean, I hopefully Patison is not following our stream, and he's going back to the shop. Actually, especially during this quarantine time, I was always buying some Patisons in the shop, and then
Yeah,
eating them
this
religiously.
is now a food stream.
Yeah.
This is now a food stream.
Well, you are kind of
I don't
person.
know why I'm playing. I don't know
I
why I'm.
enjoy talking about anything, absolutely. So we can speak even about food. The only problem is that most of the topics you are eager to talk about, I have no understanding at all. For example, if you try to speak about music with me, well, I will just stay silent.
Yeah, so far I feel
This was
like I feel like music was a much larger part of my life when I was younger, and it's very regrettable. Apart from obviously the classical music that I now live in very close proximity to due to my son's studies, but I used to like from maybe 20 to 25, I would always listen to like half an hour of music before playing a game of chess. I felt that without that, my preparation, such as it is not complete. And I really like I stopped at some point, and I never returned to that. And it actually kind of fills me with sadness that that part of my life disappeared. I
did,
don't
did
know
your son
why.
Did your sons actually finish school last year or
No,
this
they
year?
are in the process of finishing school right now.
So this year. So
Yeah,
it was,
I
so
probably.
their 11th grade got ruined, yeah.
Well, it got very interesting. Let's put it like this. I'm actually much worse here. This is not how you're supposed to play this line at all. These positions are just very, very unpleasant for black. I think I should have realized that against somebody who's already played c3 so early, playing d5 and allowing this setup was a mistake. It's not as if this position is unplayable, but objectively I'm in quite a
You're
bit of
not
trouble.
too late now. Yeah, I was going to ask if you are going to play h6, not allowing bishop g5, but
Yeah,
you
there
didn't
was some definitely.
you didn't seem alarmed like this. Actually, well,
I mean, I have
from
rook takes f3 here. I don't know if it's a blunder or a combination by my opponent because he should have taken with the queen. I'm pretty sure because now he takes on e6, and if there was a queen on f3, the pawn on d5 would already be hanging. I'm very surprised he took with the bishop.
yeah, it was a blunder obviously, and
I was actually genuinely worried about queen f3, rook e6, but still not playing rook takes f3 just felt like, it's too much of a cop out for me to consider seriously.
Okay, movie question. You don't seem alarmed. From what movie does this phrase come?
I should know, but no,
Bridge of Spies. Actually, I think
I
it's
haven't actually watched Bridge of. I
wow.
think
I think it's a big mistake because the guy who is playing Rudolf Abel in this movie, I think it's one of the best performances in the movies I have seen in last, I will say, 10 years. Of course, Tom Hanks is good, but he is always good. Like it's not his best role for sure. But this guy, he actually won an Oscar for this performance. But he is just amazing in this movie. He is just.
I think I even put it on the list of things I very much wanted to watch and then didn't watch it anyway. I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And actually, he's listening to a lot of Shostakovich music in this movie. So you will feel yourself at home.
You got a seal of approval of my chat. My chat says this is a good movie, so
Yeah. Actually, we got some questions from before the stream, and actually we are in last half an hour of it. So I will, and I have a feeling that you are going just to win this tournament, joining it at the very last moment because you are winning all the games. You are
probably not,
berserking,
yeah.
so you already have a lot of points.
Probably not, yeah. And I assume this is Ralph. Ralph is asking where is Mikhail Semin. Yeah, some people are missing here, clearly. But
Yeah,
Mikhail,
I actually, Mikhail Semin is my co-host of my poker streams, and actually, yeah, I discussed actually coronavirus with him recently, a few hours ago. He was asking for the best place to take antibodies tests, so he's pretty much alive. What can I say?
that's a very cheerful bit of news. We all want
Well, Mikhail is
Mikhail to be very much alive.
well-known Russian poker commentator. For those our viewers who has no idea what we are talking about. Okay, to the questions, I have them here. And I think the first one I can ask even when you are playing because you are completely winning as usual. Was Mikhail Botvinnik difficult to get along with?
I really, really like that question because this is a kind of a question where you kind of want to ask in reply, how old do you think I am? Because it's a question which sort of implies I'm like 55, 60 years old because I don't believe I was ever even in the same space as the patriarch. I was part of his school. I assume this is actually where the question is coming
Yes,
from.
yes. I think they were sure that being a part of his school, you had chances to talk to him and to discuss stuff with him.
Hang on a second. I need to, apparently I'm a bit low. Let's correct that. Why is this not mate on you yet?
Actually, I have a very important question to you as a
Sure.
recently a regular viewer of your streams.
Go on.
Why you don't have auto promote to a queen?
Because I honestly don't know where in the menu it is, and I'm too lazy to look.
I see. Yeah, this was the answer I was expecting, but I was surprised every time because several times when you were playing in like some big events like Title Arena recently, I saw the stream. It actually took.
Yeah, probably would have made some difference actually. Yeah, I don't disagree. I probably should find where it is in the settings and enable it. And also, recently there was a very amusing clip posted of my good friend Pavel Ilyanov playing. And now, because of the Pavel Ilyanov clip, I know that maybe if you hold down the Alt key, you can actually under-promote even if you have the check mark enabled. So that's actually very, very relevant knowledge.
Yeah, this knowledge I never had in my life.
So it's control on Lichess apparently, because I think in Ilyanov's video he was saying that he needed to have the Alt key pressed for that. Because yeah, in particular in his position, he really badly needed to have the option of taking and promoting to a knight, which won the game on the spot, when promoting to a queen I think would have drawn.
This was actually one of the most tragic episodes of my chess career, I will say. Chess career is a little bit over exaggeration, but well, I was playing in the first round of Russia Youth Championship. It was first time. Well, Peter Svidler was always qualifying for these championships and then winning them. But for me to qualify for the Russia Youth Chess Championship was already a big achievement. Where Peter is already a pawn up. Actually, it won't be that easy to
No,
win.
this is not such an easy conversion at
Yeah,
all.
because the d7 pawn is a little bit,
Yeah, it's not going to be such a straightforward conversion, but whoa, that's a very poor move. But I got bailed out by my opponent a little bit. He should have played rook a7 immediately. I don't know what he's doing there. The rook does nothing on h8. Should have played rook a7. I allowed rook a7 here, and like if he goes rook a7, I don't actually have a good way of even defending that pawn.
Yeah,
Is the rook ending winning? The rook ending looks promising actually. Well, he goes king e3. I'm not playing this game particularly well, I have to say. But I might get, once again, some help from the other side.
His strategy is just to play extremely quick and without like any real, thoughts, I will say. Yeah,
it's a good strategy.
Yeah, well, it's I will say it's a trivial strategy against someone who is berserking, but it won't
strategy.
work.
Let's not disparage a very, very workable strategy there.
Yeah, so in the first round, in the knight endgame, I missed a chance to promote to the knight, which was forcing a draw, and practically I just resigned in the drawing position. Of course, we are doing the stream with Peter Svidler, who is I lost the count. I think 7 times Russia champion.
Very upsetting. Very upsetting. It's 8.
Is it 8? Yes.
It is 8. Yes.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, I knew for a long time, but then I just lost count. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, and well, about the Botvinnik question, actually, the record.
Yeah, so I wasn't there. The time I was a pupil of the Botvinnik Chess School for the last 2 sessions, and Gary would show up for like 3-4 days maybe. But Botvinnik was way too old at that point, and he didn't really have the energy to get too involved. So I honestly just didn't see him at all.
Yeah, I was about Botvinnik. I wanted to mention that actually the previous record owner for being the record number of times being Russia champion or Soviet champion was Botvinnik, but now it's Peter Svidler. Just in case anyone forgot how great is the player we are watching now winning another game, mating actually in two.
Yeah, doing okay so far.
Okay.
So far. How are we?
Okay, a philosophical question. So we will ask it between the games or in the beginning.
I'm fine, really. Don't if you're worried about distracting me, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, well, I know that you are usually doing 10 things simultaneously, so I'm not very much worried. If you had the power to change one thing in the world of chess right now, what would it be? It's
Yeah,
a question.
I saw that question and I thought, yeah, this is a like a very difficult question to answer and the one I don't have a ready-made answer to, because like currently, the vast majority of chess is actually being played online, and I think it's quite easy to nominate a number of things that you could improve about online chess. But I suspect the question is more about chess in general than just the online part of it. With the online part of it, obviously, it would be very, very good to have some kind of a workable system which would disincentivize the use of computer assistance somehow. Probably, in order to do that, you would need to impose much more, strict ID measures and just general. I don't want to go into this whole topic because obviously very smart people have been working on that topic for quite a long time, and no immediate solution is obvious. But I mean that's what's very much on the surface. For things that are less obvious, dealing with the situation with chess in general, yeah, I'm a lot less sure what I would want to do. This is a mistake. I actually didn't threaten to play b5, but now I'm kind of completely winning again.
Yes. Well, the guy was contra berserking, I will say.
Very very respectable. Yeah, this is just a,
Well, but it didn't help him.
that is just
He was just he was just demolished. Now he can resign and start another game.
Yeah, but that's useful when people counter berserk because it gives us.
Yeah,
I'm actually in fourth place, so
yeah. I mean, for sure you are going to just to win this event actually, and it's nice that I found a way by using this feature on Lead Chess. I am now following you, and so I am watching your games in real time, which is nice. Because I was a few seconds late. Actually, it's what do you think about like? Do you enjoy this big number of online tournaments, or you are missing the live chess scene both as a player and as a commentator already?
I think it very easily can be both, and in my case, I think it is both. I think a lot of things that are happening in online chess right now are very enjoyable and fun to observe and to commentate on because I seem
You
to
don't you don't
I
you
seem to
don't
be doing a little bit of both.
you don't share the feeling that there were already too many of strong events
Not
because
yet, no. I think it's not entirely unreasonable to feel that, but I think that moment actually hasn't come yet. And watching, the level of players that are playing seemingly every week these days, watch them play consistently, I think is great. But live chess has its own appeal, and yeah, we all are missing the action more than a little bit. I don't know about this Queen H5 move, but nothing else really feels.
I have a feeling that this game will be one of the most difficult for you. I don't know
Well, my
why.
opponent is playing, apart from the opening, which I sort of disagreed with, my opponent is playing very solidly, so I can find very, very few things to object to in his play. Maybe I should have played rook c2. Yeah, allowing rook c wide is just a mistake. Yeah, I'm probably not even worse, not even better anymore. I definitely should have been better at some point in this game, but I don't think I am anymore, which is kind of upsetting. Let's just make a waiting move of some sort. He probably goes bishop a6 though, yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing here. And now I have to be careful not to be worse, which is...
Knight b7 was not an option instead of rook takes c1.
Maybe it was, but I really didn't like the idea of putting my knight on that square. It felt very kind of less than ideal. What I'm doing right now might end up losing me the game, maybe, but it's the most ambitious attempt I have in this position, so I'm going with it. I think I'm supposed to play rook b8 and continue hoping to pick up the full pawn on b3, not trading it for b6.
If you put your bishop on e6 at some moment,
maybe losing is a little bit strong, probably. Yeah, I think I'm safe enough here, and my pawns will run quite quickly. It's very important that I control this diagonal, so there is never any shenanigans connected with e5, e6 ideas. I should probably at some point play h5 just to make sure that I don't blunder some kind of a check on the back rank. And yeah, that wasn't played particularly well, because now I kind of have to play rook c4 if I want to continue, and then I might get mated, but then I might actually get. I've allowed e6, and my opponent decided not to play e6, which is even more.
Yeah, well, he is once again he is trying to play very quickly.
Yeah, and I blundered the pawn on b5 though, so I was so concentrated on not allowing e6 that I made a move. And now I blundered rook b4, so it will be very, very difficult for me to continue playing this for a win if he goes rook b4. Bishop b7 is also quite good, actually.
Yeah, well, but he is not worse here with the counterplay.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I do escape the mating net, and this in a way is actually kind of welcome for me, because if he tries to achieve, I keep on blundering e6, but I have rook d1 check there.
E6, rook d1, yeah.
Yeah, so actually this ended up being a very nice swindle. I not entirely by design, it looked like I may have just blundered this entire idea.
Now he tanks, but it's too late. He had 3 minutes and he was blitzing, not even blitzing his moves. I mean, just like bulleting his moves.
He probably still flags me here though, because 20 seconds will not be enough.
Not really. 20 seconds is more than enough in this
position.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, okay, now maybe, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because now I actually give mate.
Yes, I'm a decent bullet player, so...
Well, you are, I'm not. This is sort of exactly the point.
Yeah, well, but I mean, 20 seconds is very much enough, because you have a clear plan, and these pawns, you are just eating them, so...
No, but once he plays f4, it becomes difficult for him. But if he kept the pawn on f3, limiting the bishop on d5 there...
Yeah, and once again, the important part of that is that he still has 2 minutes, 40 seconds. We are trying to make this Checkmate coronavirus streams a little bit didactic. Okay, he was in the end game, and it doesn't matter that you were playing against a grandmaster. Just try to find good moves. I mean, it will. Well, you will not find them a lot of times. You won't succeed because, well, we are not grandmasters, unfortunately. But at least it's definitely the best way to proceed.
Team Scandi. Let's not give Team Scandi the satisfaction.
Okay, so you're now in the second place with 9 minutes to go, and you are 1 point behind the leader of the tournament. So you have a good chance, actually.
Yeah, the problem is, at some point I actually studied this line a little bit, but I don't remember anything at all. And yeah, this is not a line which is very easy to play if you don't remember what you're supposed to do after, let's say, knight b6, bishop f4, and queen d8 or queen d7. The big question, of course, is how well my opponent knows any of this. Hardcore Scandi players probably do know, but
Actually, because of you, we got 457 players in this Blitz tournament, which is pretty nice number.
Yeah, I think this is already not optimal reaction, and I feel like this invites me to go for some kind of maybe it's not that bad. I'm very tempted to go for some 96 check
Yeah,
shenanigans,
I
but
was. I mean, I'm watching it now real time. So yeah, 96. You know, like.
let's not. Let's
Yeah, well,
let's
but
be reasonable.
actually, honestly, like your position is so dominating that.
It's not. I mean, the Scandi is actually a very resilient beast. I don't know if my position is even that great objectively. It's playable for sure, but I don't know if you can call it dominating. I'm not sure about g5 either. G5 may have been a bit of a. He just goes knight h5 now, unless knight takes f7 wins material, which it might.
it should.
Which it might, yeah. And then my previous play kind of makes some more sense. And obviously now that we got here, we are not. Actually, this
Yeah.
probably loses to queen d7, as I now realize, or even queen a5. So this could be the game that robs me of my extremely well-deserved first place in the tournament. Because now I don't actually have a good reply to this. I think I'm supposed to play 96 check and pretend I have positional compensation, but yeah, this is not going well.
You'll find a way to win anyway.
I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah, well, you are always not 100%.
Because 95 there is castles. If I could take on d5 here, I would be okay, but I think castles is like a... No, I think I found a way to deal with castles.
Which chess engine does Mr. Svidler use normally, and which one does he think is best for non-professional players? Pretty specific question.
Yeah, that's a question that you get asked a lot these days, and the answer is, as I think most professionals do these days, I use a mixture of Leela and some kind of a normal engine, be it Stockfish or Asmifish, or whichever one you prefer. Yeah, this actually does lose. We lucked out here. That was not a very well played Scandi, but we lucked out.
The finish is very nice, and the final position is really nice. Well, I mean,
I can even take with the queen. I'm actually planning to take with the queen. Yeah, that
very
makes
nice.
that makes it for a nicer diagram. And we are ahead.
Yeah, you are in the first place, and with Berserk, you even have a chance to finish one more game.
Yeah, I think we should be able to get one more game in. So about the engines, I think most people these days run two at the same time, because somewhat surprisingly, the answers, the neural networks and the non-neural network engines give, they often differ quite a bit, both the answer and the evaluation at the end of it. So if the position really interests you, I think the accepted practice these days is to use both, and then if and when, in particular, because you kind of trust Leela with answers, but Leela also occasionally blunders somewhat simple tactics. So by using both, you make sure that you have all your bases covered. You feel a lot more comfortable in tactical positions, but you also get reliable advice in positional situations, which is important. I probably should play d5. It's actually not going to be that easy to do much here. The white position is extremely solid, but I mean we're doing fine.
Yeah, well, actually, I wanted to mention that you are extremely talented, as I already told a number of times, but not very practical. You should not have been berserking in this game, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, come on. The only reason for me to not berserk in this game is if I forget to press the button.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem is that you were always interested more in an artistic part, I guess.
Yeah, that's true, but also like it would be such a
Well,
cop out.
it will be a very nice post on Checkmate Coronavirus social media that Peter Svidler won one of the events in 40 minutes, berserking all the games. For sure, it's making Checkmate Coronavirus Facebook, Twitter, and maybe even Instagram with the final position of
The
your.
previous game, yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a nice question in my chat. I was asked, did your mother actually read the games to you? My mom doesn't play chess at all. I was introduced to the game by my dad. My mom doesn't play at all. I don't think she, when I was a kid, maybe she learned now, but I'm not sure if she knew how pieces moved. But there was one particular summer when we went to rent a summer house in the suburbs of St. Petersburg, and we brought with us this book called Alekhin's 300 Favorite Games, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And she
In a blue cover.
yeah, with the blue cover, exactly. And she would read out the moves of Alekhin's opponent to me and ask me to guess what Alekhin played in reply. And I spent like the entire summer doing that. I don't know if that, played a large part in my chess education and how much of it, was extremely useful in later life. But that story is definitely true.
Two more questions that were actually sent even yesterday, but I got them just now. Mr. Svidler, how much do kids and family affect the career of a professional chess player? And I'm also interested in how you can be a second to a candidate Alexeyenko, but be a good friend to another candidate, Grishuk. Who do you really root for?
Yeah, it's less of a problem than people think. If we're talking about the second part of that question, obviously I want Kirill to do well, but I kind of, in terms of the overall results, I have like a personal preference for a number of results in that tournament, and Sasha doing well in it is obviously quite high on the list. Sasha being, probably the oldest friend I have in chess. At least, I mean, definitely in top level chess. There are some people I've known for much longer, but
the list goes probably Grishuk, Gelfand, and Aradyan. Yeah,
there's a list, and as usual when you make a list like that, people instantly notice that some kind of a name is missing from it and assume there is beef. There is not really any beef there. It's just a list. Did I blunder Rook D8 Bishop A3? I did blunder Rook D8 Bishop A3. How big of a problem is it? It actually is a very large problem.
Actually, I saw this stream of yours from this title arena, and in one of the games that you made a draw, finally you missed a little bit something of a kind.
Yeah, this is a problem.
I don't know
this position is probably completely lost now.
How these arenas work? Did this game count because the arena is over?
Yeah, it probably didn't, which is a good thing for me. But this position is now just outright bad, probably unsavable. It's a bit of a pity I ruined this game. I was playing it quite well. But it shouldn't matter in the kind of a grand scheme of things. If we are talking about the outcome of the whole arena, and maybe I'm not even going to lose it because I think King takes B3 was a little bit of a chicken decision there. He should have allowed B2 because B2 Rook B8 wasn't really a threat, and now it's a lot harder for him to make.
Yeah, well, the tournament is officially over. You won, so.
Yeah.
Because your only opponent, Stormman 67, didn't manage to win his last game in time, I guess. So you won with 41 points, and you played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games.
Rook F7 is an issue here. This is less of an issue. I might end up winning this game, which will be a bit of a travesty. Probably not, though. Rook H5 is strong here. As long as he goes Rook H5 here, he shouldn't lose.
Rook H5, he's not losing, I guess.
I mean, I still have discovered check and then H3, H2, and so on, and I'm also kind of slowly becoming... This probably does lose, though. I don't know what he's doing here.
Yeah, well, the bishop...
This is just a queen, yeah.
Yeah, he lost the track. Well, I mean,
This is just a
this
queen.
always this always happens when you are playing against these monsters, these grandmasters.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Monsters.
about that.
Somehow they found their way to beat you even from a losing position, even when you blunder a full piece.
Yeah, I'm not very proud of
It's
of
unfair.
that particular part of the game.
Yeah. Okay. What about kids and family? Because
Kids and
you
family
are.
obviously do impact your life in every way. So
Yeah, actually, first time I brought my 2 months old kid to a chess tournament. Peter Svidler was there with his wife
I
being
remember
pregnant.
that. Yeah, that was the Vichorka Blitz. Yeah,
Yes, absolutely. It was in
and we
August.
get some very nice music.
It was in August 2002.
That was a long time ago. That was a long time
18
ago.
years ago. Yeah, we
Yeah,
know each
my
other for a long time. That's
yeah.
why I was not nervous even when my face didn't appear on your
Yeah,
stream.
once again, apologies for that. I really
It's
don't know what
okay,
happened.
absolutely.
What
I
happened in
mean,
the
I think
Discord?
it was absolutely fine, and we are getting this nice prize, and it's like it went beyond expectations. I was not expecting you to win the tournament playing it for only 40 minutes. Yeah, I mean, like it was
That's
it was
it's okay.
it was a good show. I mean, absolutely. Let's finish with the questions, and I will let you go.
Sure.
Okay, so about kids and family.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is that there are all kinds of superstitions, and there was always this, joke, but I'm using the word in a kind of a very loosely. People would. It was used, I think, to kind of make fun of, in particular, sort of young, promising chess players, and it would be passed on from generation to generation. People would come up to you and say, "So you're planning to get married? Get prepared for a 50 point rating drop the moment that happens." And obviously, because a lot of chess players have gotten married over the years, you can find data that supports that. But you can also find data which kind of refutes it and says absolutely the opposite. And for me, this is a second marriage, and I can be an example of both things. I can definitely be an example of a 50 point drop, and I can also be an example of somebody who, I think, from the moment my kids were born to the moment they were like 1 year old, I think, I won pretty much every tournament I played in. So it can definitely work in both directions, just as with everything else in life. But your life does, of course, change tremendously when you have kids, and to pretend that it makes no difference to your career would be stupid.
I doubt that I even knew that it's your second marriage, but I
So you
definitely forgot
you you
that.
learn something new every day.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually,
Today I learned.
yeah, today I learned. Actually, you reminded me of one of the very nice English words I have almost forgotten about, and you used it, and now I will try to use it more. Shenanigans. It's a very nice
Yeah,
word. It's an
shenanigans.
it's an
Shall
amazing
we
word.
play?
I completely forgot.
Shall we?
Okay, the last question. I always wonder, do super GMs learn anything from modern books? Do they get excited over new releases like us
I
more?
yeah I mean, the question also goes in, I think, into, I did see the questions. Yeah, the question goes into more detail, and the opening books not so much. But let's say I've seen a post on some social media somewhere that the Gelfand Augard Corporation is going to produce not only book three, but because of everything else that got put on hold, I think they're hard at work already on book four as well. And I am actually very much, waiting for that to happen, because uh, every new book in that series, I will instantly get, and I will read it in one sitting. And
Wow, I didn't know about these books. Actually, Ogert is the head of, I think, FIDE Trainers Commission, and we had some, like we are discussing some stuff sometimes, and he seems like a very, very competent guy. But I'm far from chess learning, unfortunately, for a long time, so I never knew
well,
that he's.
he is a very interesting writer in his
Mhm.
own right, but he also is doing a series of books with Boris, where basically the content is Boris, but Jacob does a lot of editing and general inspiring of Boris, which is very useful in these settings. And yeah, those books are tremendous, and I am actually very much waiting for books 3 and 4.
Okay, that's nice to hear. Well, again, I learned something. Okay, the last question for as a respect to our huge Indian audience. The question from YouTube chat, Peter, what's your best memory when you were to India?
I Sadly for me, I saw basically the inside of 2 Hyats. I lived, I think, in Hyatt Royal, and we played in another Hyatt in the other part of the city. And the only time I've been to India was that World Cup in 2000. I think it was 2000, and the final was played in 2001. And the tournament was so important that for me it really made no sense to try and organize some excursions or to even attempt to see much of the country, because I cared about the result a great deal, and in those years in particular, I just didn't do very much outside of playing, preparing, eating and sleeping when I played in World Cups. These days, I would probably be a lot more interested in, I don't know, prolonging my stay for at least a week and going to see some of the country. But I mean, the Hyatts were excellent. The food was great. I really like Indian food, so for me it was. Some people were having some difficulty adjusting to how spicy everything was, but for me it was. The hotels were very comfortable and the food was great and the tournament was organized very well. But I didn't really see India. I saw hotels. And it's regrettable because I have a lot of interest in India, obviously with my well publicized cricket interests and just generally.
The viewers are reprimanding me that the other guy, which means me, doesn't seem to watch Peter's commenting banter blitzing on Chess 24. Well, I will be honest, I just don't have enough time. I really enjoyed yesterday when preparing for this stream. I decided to check on Peter's Twitch channel, and I just was glued to the screen for next 1 hour and a half, and even have my late dinner with Peter Svidler because I was watching his latest stream from one of the title Tuesdays. It was there were a number of very interesting games, I will say. I mean, like
Yeah, some of it was quite watchable, I thought.
yeah, actually, yeah, and the interesting openings against Jansai Abdumalik. Actually, the opening was very interesting
No,
because
that was a very interesting game, which was obviously spoiled by a number of large blunders from both sides. But also there was a
yeah,
lot
it was
of
funny that you didn't win in the at the
yeah.
end, but
But
I
also
feel like.
I should have lost at some point.
Of
So
course, I mean, but in general, but well, I mean, it's always nice for us pure mortals to see that you have like a human side also, not that you are just berserking 9 games in a row and well, yeah, well, unfortunately, but I try always, and actually, I had probably the best chess watching experience in my life when I was watching all the games. They say that the match between Magnus Carlsen and Fabiano Caruana was boring because all games were drawn. But actually, every game I was watching the broadcasts hosted by Peter Svidler with the guest star of my other favorite person in chess, Alexander Grishuk, and Anish Giri was also there sometimes. I think these streams were like amazing. They
same
were
here, yeah.
definitely the best.
And yeah,
the
I
best.
mean that's the whole other conversation about whether the Carlsen Carano match was boring. It I think for specialists it wasn't, but
Yeah,
I understand how this topic comes up, because obviously you want to see results, and 12 draws are not ideal. But
yeah, well, but like especially like it's always funny like for once again for us mere mortals, uh, from my from my early days, I was always a big fan of the knight d5 line in Chelyabinsk variation. I was always playing it for white, and so to see this becoming well partly a key line for the world championship match, well, it was for me it was very interesting to follow. And this whole plan with playing a4 instead of c4, and then c3 and king knight a3 and knight c4. Well, I'm using this. I used it in like 100 blitz games after that. So
yeah.
I was very happy with this match for sure. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, you can continue. I think with your stream if you feel
No, but
like
I
that.
I I probably need to log off, and perhaps I might stream later in the evening without spamming my children's card games onto the YouTube YouTube of Feed the Chess. But there might be one more stream later
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, okay. Well, what can I say? Thank you very much, and I
My pleasure.
recommend you to hear to Mr. Peter Svidler and to watch him playing chess anytime you have a chance to do it, because for me it's like I had a great pleasure as usual. Thank you very
Thanks.
much.
Thank you. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And the tournaments continue running. So as we announced early on, this
Yeah,
is
all the winners. Sorry to interrupt you. All
yeah.
the winners. We will have another 140 non-major winners who will be winning master classes, which is also very nice. It will be 2 hours master classes from the top coaches and top grandmasters, and also souvenirs. They are also quite nice. I would definitely like to have some of them. Well, I actually played. I was not as lucky as Peter. I played, I think, 3 Checkmate coronavirus event. I finished third once and fourth once, but never
Nice,
won.
nice, nice going. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I played only bullet events
yeah.
because I just cannot. I don't have time to play
Fair enough. But
in blitz. Yeah, in blitz events, I even have better chance, maybe even to win, if not Peter Svidler is playing. Yeah, but anyway, we will have fourth weekly raffle next Sunday. I obviously don't know who will be the host next Sunday, and then, as we mentioned already, on Peter's birthday on June 17, we will have a big raffle, a final prize draw where we will give away 40 invitations to Moscow Chess Olympiad and 30 mini matches against the grandmasters and other great prizes. So I invite you all to continue playing in Checkmate coronavirus events. And on that point, I am definitely saying goodbye.
yeah,
Peter
thanks everybody
may.
for watching, and uh, play in those tournaments. They're free and fun, and there are prizes. All good things. Bye.